Chosen one, you didn't stumble onto this message by accident. Heaven placed it in front of you. Your spirit was drawn here because there is something urgent you must hear. You have been feeling it, haven't you? The stirring in your chest, the dreams that will not let you sleep, the quiet whisper that tells you, there is more. This is not coincidence. This is divine timing. The Spirit is aligning you with revelation right now. There is something you may be doing, something small, something hidden that is blocking your gift. You have been wondering why your prayers seem delayed, why your vision feels heavy, why your gift feels muffled. And tonight, the veil is about to be lifted. This message carries a warning, but also a promise. If you hear it, and if you act on it, the very chains that held you will break, and your gift will pour out like rivers of living water. Do not leave, because what I reveal at the end is the key most chosen ones never hear. The truth that explains why you were set apart, why you survived storms that others could not, why you carry a light that makes darkness tremble. But first, I need you to come into alignment. If your spirit recognizes this word, pause now. Subscribe, not as routine, but as a prophetic act of agreement. When you subscribe, you are saying to heaven, I choose to stay aligned with divine messages for my path. Are you ready? Because what you are about to hear will not only expose what blocks your gift, it will ignite the fire of who you truly are. The first barrier to your gift is distraction. Not the loud kind, but the quiet erosion that looks responsible, moral, even loving. It wears the mask of urgency, the badge of duty, and shows up as 1,000 small yeses never assigned to you. Distraction is not innocent. It is strategic, a net woven from good intentions, cast over a powerful life. It is the quiet choke that steals breath from a seed. Jesus warned of it in the parable of the sower. The seed that fell among thorns stands for those who hear the word. But the worries of this life and the deceitfulness of wealth choke the word, making it unfruitful. Matthew 13:22. Your gift is not weak. Your calling is not fragile. The issue is not incapacity, but interference, static over a clear frequency, smoke filling a room, a river split into tiny streams until no current is strong. You have been faithful to many things, but were you faithful to the one thing heaven asked today? Martha served with zeal, but her soul was spinning. Mary sat at Jesus' feet and received what mattered most. Mary has chosen what is better, and it will not be taken from her. Luke 10:41-42. This is not laziness, it is order. Sacred focus, breathe, let your shoulders fall. Listen beneath the noise. There is a steady voice asking for your attention, not your performance. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10. Stillness is not the absence of motion, but the presence of direction. It keeps the flame steady when winds rise. Nehemiah knew this. When Sanballat and Tobiah tried to drag him into distractions, he answered, I am doing a great work and cannot come down. That sentence is a shield, a boundary forged in purpose. You must learn to say it out loud, to yourself, to interruptions that drain your oil. I am doing a great work and cannot come down. Here is the truth. Distraction often borrows the voice of compassion. It whispers, they need you now. Only you can fix this, and if you pause, you'll fall behind. But heaven answers, if you never pause, you will miss the very assignment you were born to carry. Application begins with a holy inventory. Where is your attention leaking? Which conversations leave you drained, not poured out? Which tasks feel noble but yield no fruit? Which screens keep your eyes busy while your spirit grows dull? Let your eyes look straight ahead. Fix your gaze directly before you. Proverbs 4:25. Make room. Create a Sabbath of minutes. Step away from your phone while you pray. Let silence cleanse your soul. Declutter your mornings so heaven can land fresh instruction. Watch how quickly the stream clears when you stop stirring the mud. Set boundaries like altars. Your no is not rejection. It is worship when it protects what God planted. Say no to the urgent that is not yours. No to guilt that is not from God. No to conversations that turn oil into smoke. You are not cold. You are consecrated. Now feel the shift. The air lighter when 3 false commitments lift. The freedom of mornings reclaimed from scrolling and given to Scripture. The wilderness becomes sanctuary when distraction is driven out. And in that sanctuary, your gift remembers how to sing. Teach us to number our days, that we may gain a heart of wisdom. Psalm 90:12. Time is holy. Attention is currency. Focus is an altar where revelation descends. Your focus is returning. Your mind is clearing. Your schedule is shedding old skins. The sound of your gift is rising. The seed is breathing again. If your spirit bears witness, subscribe now as an act of agreement, not for a channel, but for alignment, choosing to remain in a flow that protects your focus and feeds your calling. But listen closely. Distraction is only the first layer. It steals your time, yes, but something deeper corrodes identity from within. It whispers while you scroll. It speaks when you see others succeed. It is the poison that convinces a lion to measure itself by another's footprints. Are you ready to unmask the thief that tells you your gift is not enough? The next revelation cuts to the bone. Chosen one, the second barrier to your gift is the poison of comparison. Your mantle cannot breathe under borrowed armor. Your oil will not flow through someone else's vessel. Comparison is poison that starves a mighty life. It begins softly. A glance left, a scroll right, a timeline where others run ahead, and suddenly your pace feels wrong. A voice says, "You should be there by now." But heaven answers, "You should be here with me right now." David knew this on the battlefield. Saul dressed him in royal armor, impressive, but heavy with another man's story. David tried to walk, but the metal argued with his movement. He finally said, "I cannot go with these." He chose the sling he knew, and with what looked small, brought down what looked impossible. Comparison would keep you clanging around in armor that never fit your bones. It is not just envy, it is misalignment. It asks the wrong questions. Am I behind? Am I late? Am I less? Heaven never marked you with a deadline. Heaven marked you with a design. I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Psalm 139:14. This is not poetry only, it is architecture. To compare a blueprint is to insult the architect. Peter asked about John's destiny. Jesus replied, "What is that to you? You follow me." John 21:21-22. That is heaven's line through the fog of comparison. What is that to you? Follow me. Comparison often dresses as ambition. It says, learn from them, but really means erase yourself. It says, honor excellence, but really means despise your difference. Yet the body has many parts, arranged by God. If the whole body were an eye, where would the sense of hearing be? 1 Corinthians 12:17-18. Your difference is not a liability. It is your assignment. Application begins here. When comparison tightens your chest, name it. Say, this is not conviction, this is corrosion. Bless what you see in others, then return to your lane. Instead of asking, why am I not there? Ask, what did God place in my hand for here? David's sling was common until God breathed on it. Your craft, your courage, your prayer, ordinary until heaven leans in. Create a rhythm of remembrance. Keep record of victories. The day you didn't quit. The prayer that broke through. The idea that solved what weeks could not. Revisit your testimonies until gratitude cleanses the lens. Gratitude is comparison's antidote. Guard your intake. If certain feeds or voices trigger striving, step back. This is not weakness, it is wisdom. Draw worth from presence, not applause. Acceleration hides in obedience, not pressure. Each one should test their own actions. Then they can take pride in themselves alone, without comparing themselves to someone else. Galatians 6:4. Faithfulness is success in the language of the Spirit. Chosen one, breathe. Place a hand over your heart and declare, I renounce comparison. I bless my difference. I honor my pace. I choose my armor. I follow Jesus. Let that confession be the railing you hold when insecurity rises. Stand there until the water remembers who you are. If this word burns in you, subscribe as an act of alignment. Not to belong to a crowd, but to remain faithful to your lane. But hear this. Comparison does not travel alone. It brings a twin that corrodes the heart. Bitterness. When you measure your life against another's, resentment grows like storm clouds, and your gift begins to echo inside unforgiveness. Are you ready to break that chamber? To release debts so your hands are free for destiny? The next revelation unlocks that chain. The third block that suffocates your gift is bitterness. It grows in silence, hides behind a smile, and weaves chains around the heart until your gift cannot flow. Unforgiveness is not just emotion. It is a prison where guard and prisoner share the same face. You drink poison hoping your enemy will die, yet your own spirit withers. Think of Joseph, sold by brothers, betrayed by blood, imprisoned though innocent. He could have turned bitter but declared, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good." Genesis 50:20. Because he released offense, his gift of wisdom and vision rose to its highest place. Bitterness muffles revelation. It blocks dreams, dries compassion, poisons creativity. The spirit may whisper, but resentment echoes louder. You prayed for clarity, but clarity cannot rest on a resentful heart. You asked for new doors, but heaven will not open them while you drag old chains. Unforgiveness agrees with the past. Forgiveness agrees with destiny. Get rid of all bitterness, rage, and anger, forgiving each other, just as in Christ God forgave you. Ephesians 4:31-32, Chosen one. Forgiveness is not weakness, it is warfare, a sword that cuts the ropes tying you to yesterday. Picture your gift as a river. Bitterness clogs it with stones of offense until the current slows to a trickle. Forgiveness removes those stones, one by one, until the river roars again. Application begins here. Who still occupies space in your soul without permission? Whose name still stings when spoken? That is where the clog lies. That is the stone heaven asks you to lift. You may say, they don't deserve it. And you are right. Forgiveness is not for them. It is for you. It unlocks your own cell. It declares, I refuse to let yesterday's wounds own tomorrow's victories. Release them. Speak their name and bless them in prayer, even if your voice trembles. Do it daily until the chain loosens. Then watch visions return. Worship deepen. Your gift breathe again. Bitterness is iron shackles on ankles meant to run. But once broken, freedom comes. A joy that is steady, a clarity unshaken, a gift flowing without obstruction. Chosen one. If this word witnesses in your spirit, subscribe now as an act of release. By aligning, you declare, I will not let yesterday silence my tomorrow. But hear this, if bitterness cages the gift, another enemy seduces it. It does not roar with pain, it lulls with ease. Not a prison of iron, but of pillows. Are you ready to see how comfort buries destiny alive? The fourth block that smothers your gift is comfort. It does not roar like an enemy. It whispers like a lullaby, inviting you to sit, to settle, to stay. Comfort feels safe, but it is a slow poison, a blanket over fire, a lull that puts warriors to sleep while battles rage at the gate. It is the illusion of peace while destiny calls your name. Israel knew this temptation. After miracles in Egypt and walking through the sea, they longed for the familiar. Let us go back to Egypt. Numbers 14:4. Back to slavery, back to chains, back to comfort that was killing them. It is possible to be free in body but bound in mind. Your gift does not grow in ease. It grows in stretching and pressing, like a seed breaking through soil, like an eagle stirring the nest so its young must fly. God will not let you stay in false comfort. Your wings were not made for cages. Comfort whispers, stay small, don't risk, don't try, but your calling demands more. Peter discovered this. The boat was safe, but Jesus was on the water. The gift is always outside the comfort zone. Woe to you who are complacent in Zion. Amos 6:1. Heaven warns against complacency, the silent assassin of destiny. Application begins here. Where have you settled for routine over risk, comfort over calling? Where have you traded destiny for ease? Ask, where have I gone numb? Where do I resist stretching? Practical steps to break free. Take one step daily that scares your flesh but feeds your spirit. Speak the truth you've avoided. Start the project you've delayed. Pray longer than feels convenient. Sow where it feels risky. Comfort will fight back. It will say, wait until tomorrow, you've done enough. You deserve to rest. But true rest is not in comfort. It is in obedience. Peace comes from walking where God asked you to walk. You are not called to fit in a chair of ease. You are called to stand on the mountain of destiny, to carry fire, not blankets. Subscribe now as an act of courage, a refusal to be lulled into mediocrity. This is alignment, not entertainment. Every step away from false comfort is a step into true calling, but listen closely. Distraction chokes, comparison corrodes, bitterness chains, comfort lulls. Yet there is one more, greater than them all. Not from outside, but rising within. Chosen one, the deepest block is fear of your own power. Are you ready to confront it? The greatest block is not distraction, comparison, or even comfort. It is fear, fear of your own light. You know it, that tremble when fire rises inside, that hesitation before you speak, that pull to step forward, but your feet freeze under the weight of responsibility. This is not ordinary fear. It is the fear of divine exposure, of standing fully in your gift and knowing there is no turning back. Moses knew this. At the burning bush, God called his name, and he hid his face. Exodus 3:6. He feared the light because it revealed who he was. Not just a shepherd, but a deliverer of nations. Many of you are not afraid of failure. You are afraid of success, afraid of being seen for the mantle you carry. Once recognized, you cannot retreat into anonymity. Fear whispers, what if they reject you? What if they laugh? What if they attack? But the Spirit answers, what if nations rise because you said yes? What if chains fall because your voice thundered in obedience? For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. 2 Timothy 1:7. Fear is counterfeit. Your inheritance is power, love, and clarity. Chosen one, fear of your gift is not humility. It is sabotage. The enemy's last tactic when he cannot distract, compare, or lull you. If he cannot bind your hands, he will bind your courage. But tonight, that chain breaks. Practical steps. Move before you feel ready. Read the word aloud until your ears believe it. Share your testimony with one, then with 10. Write the vision God gave you, even if your hands shake. Step into opportunities that terrify you, because fear marks where your gift must grow. Declare it now. I am not afraid of my light. I am not afraid of my gift. I am not afraid of my assignment. I walk in power. I walk in love. I walk with a sound mind. But now, the time has come. We have exposed every block, distraction, comparison, bitterness, comfort, and fear. And yet one revelation remains, the greatest truth of all. The reason you were preserved through storms and marked by heaven. Are you ready for the final revelation? Chosen one, lean in. This is the moment everything has been pointing toward, the final revelation most never hear. You have asked, why me? Why the storms? Why the rejection? Why the isolation that cut so deep? Here is heaven's answer. Your survival was not punishment. It was preparation. Every attack, every tear, every closed door shaped you, purified you for this exact assignment. You were not hidden because you were forgotten. You were hidden because you were preserved. Like Moses in the basket, David in the fields, Esther behind palace walls until the appointed hour. You are heaven's secret weapon, released only when the time is right. The enemy tried to bury you with distraction, comparison, bitterness, comfort, and fear. But each blow forged you into steel. Each delay sharpened your edge. Each rejection positioned you for alignment. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. Romans 8:28. All things, chosen one. Not some, all. Do you see now? Your pain was prophecy. Your trials were training. Your wilderness was a womb. Your gift was never blocked forever. It was being refined. So when released, it would not be fragile. It would be unstoppable. Chosen one, this is your moment of release. Declare it. I am not bound. I am not lost. I am not late. I am aligned. My gift is alive. My destiny is here. Pray this now. Father, I release distraction. I renounce comparison. I let go of bitterness. I break false comfort. I reject fear. I embrace the light of my gift. I step into my destiny. Now open your eyes. The chains are gone. The weight is lifting. Your gift is free. Chosen one, if this word struck your soul, subscribe now. Not as routine, but as alignment. And declare in the comments, my gift is free. When you write it, you seal it. Share this message with another chosen one who must awaken. One word, one act of agreement can change everything. You were guided here, and you will not leave the same. You leave awakened. You leave lighter. You leave with your gift unblocked and your path illuminated. Chosen one, welcome to your release. Your destiny begins now.